Welcome our viewers, welcome to our show, The Bold Step. Today we have an amazing lady with us and I'll give her time to introduce herself.
Thank you, Faith, for welcoming me to your show. Thank you, viewers, for taking time to watch our show. My name is Jean Jage. I work with persons living with disability, and it's my passion. Yeah, it's something that I love doing.
Nice. Thank you very much, Jim. And because I've known you before this, I know you really advocate for persons with disabilities. You love sign language. I'll give you time to educate our audience how to sign from A to Z.
Oh, thank you. I still can do it. Letter A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, Z.
Wow, that's great. And in deaf culture, this is how we clap for Yeah, that's good. So thank you very much for that. I just want you to tell our viewers what you do, yeah, and maybe a bit of yourself.
Currently, I serve persons living with disability. We have got different categories of the people that we do serve. One, which is the people with visual impairment. Under visual impairment, we've got two categories. One is those who are totally blind and those with low vision. Then we have got another categories of learners, that is the learners with hearing impairment. We have got the albinos, the physically challenged. Yeah, we cater for different needs of learners. Okay. Yep.
So maybe if you can tell us a bit, like what do you do with them?
We render services. Okay. When it comes to someone who is visually impaired, when they're using the computer, they will not use just the way we do. They will not use the mouse to follow the cursor. So in that case, we have got machines installed with screen readers to enable them have the audio part of it. So anything that they do on the keyboard, it has got the speech output. Thus they're able to do their work independently. Yeah.
Okay. So you do that where? Where do you work specifically? For me I know, but for the viewers.
I usually work at Kenyatta University, the Postmodern Library, the special needs section. Okay. Yeah.
Okay. That's great. I'm so glad you decided to at least help persons with disabilities in that category. So you've told us that you work in the library, Kenyatta University. So maybe you can tell us more about, like, maybe I'm a person with disability, I come to the library. Do you have some adjustments, maybe apart from the ones you've said about the screen? Do you have more adjustments to make sure that any person with any type of disability feel like the library is inclusive? Like, how do you help them generally?
Yeah, I thank God that Kenyatta University Postmodern Library is inclusive in that it caters, or it has set aside a space for persons living with disability. For instance, someone using a wheelchair, we have got enough space where they can be able to move around. The tables have got that height good enough for the people using wheelchairs to be able to sit. Then we usually adjust depending on the needs of the user. Thus, having adaptive tables to someone using their limbs to write, they will not reach the normal height. So we shall have a table set aside to cater for that need of a user. Yeah, so we usually cater to the needs of the user depending on their need. Yeah, we adjust.
Okay, that's great. And because I champion for persons who are deaf, I don't know, do you have Do you also include them?
Oh yeah, at the special needs. We also cater for persons with hearing impairment, or deaf with capital D. In that we have got interpreters. I usually do interpret. That's to avoid and remove any barrier between somebody who is hearing impaired communicating to the other. I go between to ensure that there is no barrier. Yes.
Okay, nice. So I'm just wondering, in the library, okay, I've been in that library before, because I learned there. I'm just wondering, do you have specific areas where we have books for learners with disabilities, or it's just... So,
The library actually caters, the books are all shelved in different floors. And being that we are subject oriented, it will depend with the user the kind of book that they want to read at the special needs. It becomes our responsibilities to pick for them those materials that they want and have them at the space so that they can be able to access them. So we ensure there is the usability and accessibility of the materials.
okay, that's great. So within the library, you have a specific place for persons with disabilities.
Yes.
Okay, I understand. Nice. So I know any job or any field has challenges. Have you faced any challenge within the library or during the time you're working with persons with disabilities?
Okay, actually not many challenges, but we have got learners with EBD, emotional body disorder, so at times they become hyper. And we as the staff, it is our responsibility to know that our customer and our client comes first, to understand them and serve them depending with their issue. So we don't see it as a bother as such. Yeah, but we do it to ensure that they are comfortable. The environment is conducive for their learning. Yeah.
Nice. So I'm just wondering, when did you decide that I want to work with persons with disabilities? Is it something that started before?
Okay. Long before, while I was in high school, I wanted to become a nurse. But that was not the case because of the grade that I got. But later, I got into the field of librarianship. So after I did my librarianship, I wasn't lucky to get a job immediately. But along the way, I was able to interact with deaf. And I thought it was really difficult to move my fingers, to fold my fingers, so it became my point of concern. So anytime I met a deaf person in Githurai, I would try to ask, my question in me was, how do they are selling vegetables, how will the customer bargain? And we are Kenyans. Kenyans, we have got that habit of niongeze or nipunguzie bei. So I used to write in Kiswahili to that person who is selling, niongeze. Then I learned they even don't know Kiswahili. So that gave me the drive to want to learn more about the persons living with disability, more so the deaf, to learn their culture. Yeah.